die Essenz der Lebenskraft eures Feindes.
Das kann ich erklären. Und damit herzlich willkommen zur ersten Folge von Let's Play Skyrim Legendary Edition. Ja, ich habe da so ein bisschen rumgespielt in der Zwischenfolge und dann ist das halt passiert. Ja, ne, so ist das dann nun mal. Gut, ich dachte nämlich immer, das wäre halt so ein Bug, aber war doch nicht. Und jetzt ist, naja. Jetzt ist die Frage, was tun wir jetzt? Machen wir hier weiter? Könnte man ja am ehesten machen, ne? Oder machen wir halt Hauptquests weiter? Was war... Ich habe jetzt nämlich im Internet nachgeguckt, was man machen muss und dann ja... ist das so? Was muss man Meister des Tuns machen? Ich hätte es gerade gern wissen. Meister 20 Schreie, ach so. Ich dachte jetzt was Wichtiges. Genau, machen wir weiter, machen wir. Sagen wir Orkblut, Falmerblut, Dunkelelfenblut, Waldelfenblut, Hochelfenblut. Könnte man natürlich machen. Das Questmarker nämlich ist das Problem. Das nicht. Ja, dann packe ich es mir auch noch rein, aber... mehr nicht. Dann machen wir tatsächlich hier Investigate this Objective in den Wind Ivy. Wieso ist das keine Markierung? Wo ist denn Wind Ivy? Naja, dann machen wir halt das nächste. Investigate the rumors of squatters of the Mixed Water Mill Walker's House. Ah. Ja, das kriegen wir hin zur Mischwassermühle. Ja, es wird wieder, glaube ich, so ein Spiel. Aber ne, Rumors ist immer gut eigentlich. Das sind immer so andere Sachen. Was auch immer bei der Mischwassermühle ist. Das wird irgendwo am Fluss sein, wird irgendwo Wasser sein. Ich höre doch jetzt schon Drachen. So, gehen wir doch mal da rein ins Arbeiterhaus. Was haben wir denn da jetzt?
Griffith says I'm smart, and that I could do anything I wanted. Though I guess he never considered I can't fly. Griffith told me not to talk to strangers.
Griffith is a smart man with lights, when they often have Taffy and other fine wits. But we're already talking, that means I'm not a stranger. Well then, we better get to each other before Griffin wins overnight. Griffin is a smart man.
I think so too.
Tell me about Griffith.
He's the nicest, bravest man I've ever met. One time he saved me from 3 monsters.
Just 3? I took out 6 while you were finishing that sentence. Monsters?
Yeah, they wear all black and red because their skin is creepy and gross. Griffith says they're playing hide and seek with us. But I want to play with someone new. The monsters play too rough.
Tell me how Griffith fought off the monsters.
Well, we were headed towards Windhelm when it was getting dark. We made a camp and prepared for bed. I got up to go to the bathroom. That's when the monsters came for me. They're sneaky monsters who like to come out of the dark. So when I saw them, I closed my eyes and screamed as loud as I could. I kept screaming until a hand closed my mouth shut. I was so scared. I thought the monsters got me. But then I heard a whisper, and I knew I was safe because monsters can't talk. I opened my eyes, and it was Griffith.
I'm a monster. I do monstrous things routinely. Nein, wir sind noch nicht böse zu Kind. Sometimes child. The real monsters are people like you and me.
Why?
People can fall victim to desire, greed, anger, and other unhealthy emotions.
Why?
Why indeed? It is a question mortals have wrestled with since the dawn of time. Oh, I'm not falling for this again. Because little girls can test a nice person's patience and make them angry. Why indeed? It's a question mortals have wrestled since the time of dawn.
Okay, this isn't fun anymore.
Where are your parents?
I don't have any parents. Francois at the orphanage said everyone has parents, but I'm not so sure. I've never met them anyway. But Grella the Kind once called me a worthless little Breton. So I guess they were Bretons.
Aha. You are definitely worthless, but too fat to be considered an. Bretons are indeed worthless. I should know. I am one. That's a horrible thing to say, a child. Grellot was trying to teach you discipline. Now look at you. No, I'm sorry. I killed the old woman. Well, you won't ever have to worry about Grellot again. Ja, das ist vielleicht nett.
Thank Mara. She was such a horrible old bean.
Da würde ich immer gerne die anderen Optionen wissen. Ja, No, I'm sorry, I killed the old woman.
You killed Grellid? Did Aventus help?
Queen Aventus?
I've never met them anyway.
And Grellot was trying to teach you discipline. Now look at you.
But I can't look at me. Not without a mirror.
Ja, dann geh doch zu ihr, die haben Mirror's Edge.
I've never met them anyway.
That's a horrible thing to say to a child.
Yeah, I was so happy when Griffith came for me. I didn't like it there. None of us did.
Gab's da noch eine, wo ich das Kind nicht beleidige? Bretons are indeed worthless. I should know. I am one.
So you don't like yourself? Aw, how sad.
Oh, total. Ich schmeiß mich auch gleich von der Brücke. Is there anything else you can tell me about Griffith?
Well, I know he doesn't sleep much. I think he has bad dreams or something. He also doesn't like to talk much. I only ever see him talk to me or the innkeepers, and even then he doesn't say much. I think he might be a little shy. Hey, why don't you try talking to him? You're really nice, so he might like talking to you. Yeah, go talk to him. I bet you two would make great friends.
Yeah, tell me about life at an orphanage.
It wasn't fun. We had to wake up really early in the morning so Grellid would have someone to yell at other than Constance. At 10 o'clock she let us into the yard to play tag and chase bugs. But as she called us bringing one in, she gave us the belt. My favorite time was the afternoon. That's when we got to eat. Constance made sure we learned our table manners so Grellid wouldn't get mad. Although she usually got mad anyway. One time I had my fork on the wrong side of the plate, and she stuck it into my hand. It hurt a whole bunch, but later Constance kissed it and told me to be strong.
Wie gut, dass wir die echt umgebracht haben in der Anstalt da, echt, also. What are you two doing here?
Griffith and I are playing hide and seek.
Macht ihr ein Hide and Seek Let's Play? You're too terrible at this. I can't even tell who's hiding and who's seeking.
Oh, we're both hiding. The monsters are seeking. You're not a monster, are you?
No. Do you have any fond memories of your time there?
Not really. Grellid was so mean. One night, Horror was crying so loud that she took him to that room that was always locked. I didn't know what was going on. Samuel told me to cover my ears. Then Constance came in and huddled us into a circle. She said we shouldn't be scared. She told us Horror was going to be fine. I liked her. She was so nice. Then she sang to us. She sang all my favorite nursery songs. She sang pretty loud too. Loud enough you could hear it outside, but I didn't mind. Although I don't think she liked her singing all that much, because when she finished it, it looked like she was crying.
Ach ja, Constance ist die einzige Nette da. Did you get along with other children?
Horror was named after a lion. but he cried more than he roared. I didn't like Runa, not after she squished the torch bug I caught in the yard. Francois always bragged how his mommy and daddy were coming for him, so I didn't like him either. Samuel and Aventus were nice, though. They took the blame whenever Grelid wanted to give me the belt. And Constance would tuck us in and slip us snacks when Grelid wasn't looking. I don't know why they call Grelid the kind one.
Ja.
Bye.
Na. So, reden wir doch mal mit dem netten Typen da hinten.
Yeah,
Hello, Griffith.
you've got the wrong house, stranger. The mill owner lives on the other side of the road. I suggest you leave.
What are you two doing here?
That's none of your business.
I just wanted to talk.
Sorry, but I'm not looking for company.
Aber diese Stimme. Who are you? I'm Batman.
A stranger, just like you. Let's keep it that way.
What's with the girl?
I'm her guardian. Let's just leave it at that.
I'm already met this little scamp. Her name Morrigan. She spoke well of you. Are you her father? Then I apologize for my intrusion, sir. Good day. And I've already met this little scamp.
Did she? I told her not to talk to strangers. What did she tell you?
Morrigan said there were people after you.
The girl's too trusting for her own good. What of it?
The whole arrangement is suspicious. Explain yourself, or I call the guard. Maybe you're out to tell me what, before I lose my patience and kill you both. Now, this whole arrangement is suspicious. Explain yourself, or I call the guard.
Hold on. There's no need for that. It's not what you think. The girl is under my protection.
It's better if you just tell the truth. Who's are they after you? Why are you serving as a guardian? Any advice for me? And it's better for you just to tell the truth.
The Dark Brotherhood. They're after us. Her and me.
Keine Sorge, ich bin Mitglied. Ich bin Leiter. What a coincidence. I'm the listener. Why are you serving as a guardian? Nein, I'm the listener.
If that were the case, I imagine I'd already be dead. Which means there are things even the listener can't hear. Or doesn't choose to. If it's the latter, then perhaps you and I aren't so different.
Why are you serving as a guardian?
I need a reason to protect a child.
You only make her weak by protecting her. Well, yes, children are useless scum. Ja gut, das ist vielleicht wahr, aber she isn't yours, and so it's not your responsibility. And you only make her weak by protecting her.
There will come a time when I will teach her everything she needs to know. And nothing more.
Why is the Dark Wizard after you?
I killed one of their contracts.
You're not just any killer. Takes one to know one.
That obvious, huh? Alright. I was once a member of the same organization that hunts me. The Dark Brotherhood. But to be honest, it's not really a story I like to tell.
Fine. Maybe I'll ask a child what she thinks about the Guardian the Killer.
Alright, alright. Leave her out of this. As I said, I was once an assassin for the Dark Brotherhood. One of the best they had. Only, murder wasn't enough for me. When a target is marked, a typical assassin kills without question or remorse. The murder is efficient. A transaction. No different than going to the market. Only, I took things a little bit further. I had what you'd call a procedure. I didn't just stalk my targets. I approached them. I even befriended them. I needed to know the man I killed.
Sounds to me like a ritual. You needed to know there was some morality behind each kill.
Maybe. At least that's the way I see it now. Not so much before. The Dark Brotherhood doesn't take sides. When a hunter tracks game for the butcher, it's not his place to ask if the dude deserves it. Yet, for some reason in the back of my mind, I always assumed they did. Some were less guilty than others, but all were guilty of indifference. Everyday people driven to murder, and the average target never gave two symptoms about what they did. Some even relished in it. This attitude, this unfeeling apathy that infects everyone around us, it needed to be purged.
How did you kill your victims? Nein, agreed. The question is how to purge it.
I gained their trust and offered them a drink. The mead was a paralysis poison. Then I bound them and interrogated them until I found it. It was a game. I asked them to name their killer. They always assumed I was talking about me.
Die Leute sagen, Himmelsrand sei einer der gefährlichsten Orte auf Tamriel.
Why not adopt the child yourself?
I'll admit I
Und ich
have
bin
grown
stolz,
fond of
es
her.
meine Heimat nennen zu dürfen.
Despite all this happened, she can still make me laugh. My time with her has made me rethink my purpose in life. Perhaps I wasn't meant to be a killer after all. She even has the same dark hair and pale skin like me. She'd pass as my real daughter. What kind of father could I possibly be?
She does seem to idealize you a lot. A good one. How hard could it be? Like raising an oversized hamster? It does seem to idealize you a lot.
I try not to read too much into it. Children get attached easily. Stay here long enough and she'll probably begin to idolize you.
Why is it
I killed one of their contracts.
Wieso kommt das jetzt nochmal? Ich will doch nur...
No different than going. I had what you'd call when a hunter trick. Yet, this attitude.
Keine Ahnung, warum das alles nochmal kommt. So. Dark Brotherhood is not what it once was. Perhaps you can escape.
It isn't just the Dark Brotherhood. The one who pursues me is Sithis. I broke a tenet, and in doing so, I betrayed him. Now every night, I am left to face his wrath.
Who or what is Sithis? You broke a tenet? Oh, you foolish fool. Does the girl know about all of this? Sithis sounds formidable. Better to kill the girl and be done with it. An assassin with a heart of gold. I'll take a coin purse full of gold instead. Nein. What? Who or what is Sithis?
Imagine, if you will, a room of complete darkness. You have a torch in your hands, but there's no light to speak of. The entire room is as black and cold as the midnight sky. Now imagine that darkness reaching out to you, embracing you into the very void itself. That's Sithis. Nothingness and everything, all in the same form.
How did you end up in the Dark Brotherhood?
I was a young boy, living in an old cottage with my parents and older sister. She was about 5 years older than Morgan, and promised to marry. It was the day of her wedding, when Lord Gabonia's men came riding into field. I'll never forget the way their horses grunted and seethed, as if ready for war. Then the nobleman descended from his horse and made his demands. Some call it the right of first night, as if men of power needed to justify their rape with laws. No, they just took what they wanted. My mother pleaded for mercy. My father reached for his axe. When there wasn't a drop of emotion on that face.
I want to speak to a dragon.
That's what I
Pippa
remember
says they
most
don't
from that
talk,
night.
but I don't know.
Not the murder, or the rape, or the screams. It was the face of that guardsman. The face of apathy. That I couldn't forgive.
What happened after they killed your family?
They razed the town. Gabania really just wanted the land and the peasants cleared. When his lot forced themselves on the women, it was just for fun. No, not forced. Toyed with them, defiled them, and murdered their spirit. When they killed them all, they just left me there to watch. I mourned them for days, but my mourning quickly turned to anger. I thirsted for revenge.
I don't blame you, considering what happened. So you had a motive, but not the means.
I was just a boy. My anger alone would never be enough to kill a noble. I performed the Black Sacrament, but the Brotherhood never came. I knew then I was truly alone. And if I wanted vengeance, I had to do it myself. Gabania was out of my reach, but that guard, the one whose face was burned into my memory, that was a man I could kill. I pulled the sword from my own father's chest and watched him spill all over the ground. I kept that sword as a reminder. The blood had dried and crusted over the blade, but I never bothered to polish it.
Killing the guardsman couldn't have been easy.
No. Looking back, I was lucky I wasn't a grown man. My size and build forced me to cling to the shadows. A grown man would have used the sword that felled my father to seek some sort of poetic justice. The boy was forced to abandon that for a dagger.
So what did you do? That was why, especially given what happened. How did you kill him? So what did you do?
I started out by pretending I was a beggar, nagging the guards for coin and bread.
Ich war nie eine Söldnerin.
Not that it
und habe
required
meine
much
Dienste
acting.
nie verkauft. Ich
My
war
hunger
nur für
was
mich
real.
selbst auf Abenteuerreise.
I pestered Gabania's men one by one until I found that face. He didn't recognize me. Of course he didn't. I tracked him day and night, from the barracks to the brothels. It was outside the inn where he was most vulnerable, unloading his mead. That night I hid behind a stack of hay piles. The twin moons were out, and there was no mistaking that face. I crept up behind him as he was pissing on the wall, the sound of the stream masking my footsteps. Then I slid the dagger into his heart. And when he fell to the ground, I turned his face over and cut his mouth into a smile.
That must have been cathartic. Your parents must be so proud to have raised such a dutiful killer. That must have been cathartic.
It was. I stared into that face for what seemed like forever, my body tingling with sensation. It wasn't until I heard that slow, condescending clap that I woke up from my trance. Then I looked up and saw Astrid.
How does the girl fit into all of this?
One night we received word of a man performing the Black Sacrament in the Rift in Redway. I was to arrange a meeting with him to get information on the target. The man told me of a story of a harlot who had taken everything from him. He wanted her to know the pain and anguish she caused him. Another jilted lover, I thought. Another uncaring woman. My specialty. So I accepted the contract on behalf of the Brotherhood.
How did you find her?
Tracking her down was easy. She was staying in some old bunkhouse near the Jarl's Keep. She wasn't a harlot. She wasn't even a woman. She was just a girl. Inside her wasn't apathy. It was innocence. The child wasn't even old enough to understand love. At first I thought there was some kind of mistake. Only when I confronted the man, he confirmed her identity. The sick bastard was in love with a child. And so that night, I killed, not for apathy, but for passion, and took the child from Overhaul.
I myself enjoy the company of children. Why did you take her if he was dead? In the end, it was all you ever wanted, to kill with his conscience. And why did you take her if he was dead?
The Dark Brotherhood would eventually try to find her. Once the Black Sacrament has been performed, the mark is eternally cursed by Sithis. The sacrament demands blood, and they will not stop until the blood has been spilled. I've killed so many of my brothers and sisters. Some I even considered friends.
Any advice for me?
May you be dead 10 minutes before Sithis knows it.
Noch ein?
Kill every nobleman you see. Yeah. Quit the Dark Brotherhood. The road it'll take you will be covered in not only the blood of your victims, but of your friends as well. Truly know who you are killing, and what you are killing for, before you make the killing blow.
Aha, interessant.
Take care.
Da würde ich sagen, bis dahin und tschüss.